What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys continuing to rock with me. Shout out to all of my friends that I see in the airport. All of them are my friends, including all of the friends that work at TSA, all of the friends that work at the desk at Delta. I appreciate y'all. I can't remember everybody's name to shout y'all out, but I absolutely, positively appreciate y'all. I am on my way out of town to go and do some work. Every time I'm going out of town, I make sure I go and take care of business. I got Rita with me. We're going to be going, doing what we do. And because Rita works with me, or works for me, technically, works for the company that I am a part owner of, all of that is breaking down inside of the Patreon. This entire trip, considering that it's a work trip, is a business expense. Now, if y'all want to know all about that type of stuff, including finding out more about the interviews and the things that we do on a regular basis, make sure you tap into the Patreon. The link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Now, one thing that I couldn't bring with me is my Alpha Juice, right? So I left it in the car, or I drunk it before I got out of the car. And then those that travel a lot know that you can't take liquids through the airport, through TSA, and once you get through the security, you got to throw it away. So I had to drink my Alpha Juice, but I got some Alpha Juice being shipped over with me over to Miami, so that should be awesome. I got Q coming to Miami with me also, so that should be pretty good. We got to go into the Sky Club, but I do want to talk to you guys for a minute, and I want to break something down from you, because a lot of us are mentally handicapped by the idea or the things that we were taught when we were younger, right? And so we were always taught to make sure that we align with people based off of how we feel and bloodline and all of that other type of stuff. But you cannot be afraid to divest yourself from the things that's not adding value to you or going in the direction that you're going in. Let me explain it to you really quick. Actually, you know what? I felt like walking and recording instead of going into that Sky Club, because I got 4 different Sky Clubs here at DTW. I got that one, there's that one over there, and then there's one all the way down closer to the terminal, and then one closer to the other terminal. I really love DTW. I think that this is probably one of the best airports that I've ever flown out of or into. The other one that I love, actually, I just like the Sky Club a lot better, is Los Angeles. The LA Sky Club is the best Sky Club that I've been to. I've been to a lot of them. I like Salt Lake City Sky Club. But anyways, so let me give you a little bit of a tip. And my Patreon members and my bag chasers know this, but I'm gonna give it to you, to the general public. It's not something mind-blowing, but it is something that people have a problem doing on a regular basis. And the things that people have a problem doing more often than not is divesting themselves against the people that they grew up with. A lot of you are going to make a lot of money, especially as you're rocking with me and you tapping into the Patreon. A lot of you are going to transition into spaces in your life that's going to require you to have to make a decision of whether or not you want to take your homeboy that got tattoos all over his face into a corporate environment with you, or to the corporate party, or to go and meet your boss. And then you're gonna face a dilemma in which it's almost like you're in a tail between two places, right? Because on one hand, you're trying to keep it real when you're trying to make sure that the people that you were around on your come up, even though they didn't necessarily add any value or they didn't help you come up, right? But at the same time, you feel in a certain type of way because they were there and they were around to watch you grow, not necessarily to add any value to your life. And that's the difference between a lot of people that are able to break away and become successful, and those that understand the other people that add value to your life. And there's some caveats, and I'm gonna talk about that in a minute. But there are people that watch your ascendance, and the entire way, either they were just observers, or they were people that were preventing you from actually becoming even more successful than you're supposed to be. If you really knew, when you were able to look back in hindsight and kind of play out your future a lot of different ways, and then look back and make those decisions, if we knew what we didn't know, we'd truly be able to parse through and see who we should have let go and who we should hold on to in the first place. It's the problem with being human, but it's a beautiful thing because you don't know what life is going to present to you. And that's one of the beautiful things about it, is that you don't know, and you only get one shot. And that's what makes it so exciting. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that if you didn't have them in your life, in your childhood, sometimes it's your parents, sometimes it's your friends, sometimes it's your brother and your sister. It's not normal to come from duress and then embrace that stuff. It's not. And if you divest yourself against a group of people that's not adding value into your life, you would be a lot further ahead. Now, take that into consideration when you factor in the idea that going forward, you have some decisions to make. You have some decisions to make as to whether or not you want to hold on to these anchors, these people that's preventing you from really going forward. And a lot of times we'll just say, well, I wouldn't be who I am today if these people hadn't played a role in my life. Yeah, you would be a lot better. Or we'll say stuff like, well, I'm doing just fine. My life is great, I'm happy. No, happiness is a state of mind, and you're happy considering the circumstances. It doesn't mean you wouldn't be happier, richer, have better people in your life that you could replace them with, because you only have a certain amount of capacity to even be able to have these people exist in your life in the first place. Now, there are some exceptions, right? Because there are some people that have been rocking with you and holding you down in your circumstances or your circumstances. Both of y'all have been in the same boat, but y'all grinding, y'all hustling. I know people that I grew up with and I've been friends with for 20, 25 years, since middle school, high school. I got one friend specifically. We don't talk every day or nothing like that, but we talk pretty regularly, and I've been friends with this dude since kindergarten. Both came from the same neighborhoods, both went to the same high school, didn't go to the same middle school, but we went to the same elementary school. And he's a great dude. He's actually just did a cameo inside the BMF movie, or not the BMF movie, the BMF series, right? But great dude. Shout out to my guys. I got guys that I've been friends with since high school. And although we came from different neighborhoods, all different financial circumstances, some better than others, but majority of us from the hood, we all had the same mindset and we were going in the same direction. Now, those are the people that you want to ride with, because those are the people that's authentically for you. Similar to women in relationships, right? Because there's some women that's waiting for you to go down the finish line. You know what I'm saying? They're waiting for you to get successful, get rich, get educated, all of that other type of stuff. And then when you're a finished product, they're gonna be waiting at the finish line, clapping for you like they was always there for you. And that's cool, because that's the nature of women and hypergamous. But then there's women that was your best friend and authentically got your back. Look at Rita. Women that were your best friend and authentically had your back since the beginning of time. Hold them down. Those are the exceptions to the rule. If you're lucky enough to actually be able to identify the people that have value, because a lot of times we so young and we just think just because we're having fun with people that they for us, and that's not necessarily the case. If you're lucky enough to find people that can add value into your life at that particular point, God bless you. Ride with them, hold them down. Y'all gonna have some fights, y'all gonna have some disagreements, y'all gonna think a little differently about some things, but ultimately those are the people that's in your back. They got your back. Them the people that's gonna ride with you. It's the ones that hold you down through thick and thin, not the ones that's just there for you, watching you through all of the duress. That don't mean that they got your back. Those are the ones that's gonna drain you dry and then leave you when you ain't got no more money. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying to you guys is, as we grow older, we know more, right? If you still above the age of 25, 26, 27, 28, and you still trying to figure out who there for you, if you have to question it, it's a strong possibility that you need to let it go. And again, this goes for everybody. Your mother, your sister, your brother. There's a large group of people in my family that I've divested myself from simply because it's not that they bad people. It's that we just growing in two different directions. I got a different purpose on my life, and it's gonna require all of my attention, and I don't have any time to spare. So when I see you, I'm gonna be like, what up though? That's a Detroit thing. But I gotta go. I gotta catch this flight. I have to catch this first class flight to go and take care of business and to go do what it is that I'm supposed to do. And part of that is to get rich and bring you guys along with me. If you're not a part of the Bag Chasers, make sure you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. In addition to that, make sure you tap into the Alpha Juice Company. They have some phenomenal products. I've been going on a journey. All of the discount codes is in the description also. And then last but not least, Teach Hanley 30% off your first order plus a free gift. Link is in the description. Subscribe to the channel, hit a like for the YouTube algorithm, and then turn on your notifications, and we're gonna get it popping. You got anything you wanna say to the people, Rita?
Hi guys. That's it.
I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'll holler at y'all later, man.